This is the setup this morning. This is something that I do when I do installs. It's a lot easier and a lot warmer as we are up in Orkney to get everything set up on the table. I can set the hub up, I can get the most up-to-date firmware on the hub, and then I can update the zappi, and I can also update the Eddi. I can get everything connected, set up, and I know that it's all going to work. So when I go on site, especially if you're installing these zappies outside, I don't want to get wet, I don't really want to get cold, and so install it. I know that when I plug it in, it's going to connect to the hub and it's going to work straight away. So let's get going. Okay, the first thing that we'll try to do is update the hub. Once the hub has been updated, you'll see it will just sit there. If it's registered, the light will be green on the server if it's attached to the old server, as this one is, or it may glow blue if it's connected to the new server. So depends which server you connect to, doesn't really matter, it all works. So the first thing to do, obviously, as it stands now, the most up-to-date software for the Eddi is version 3.048, which is already on the Eddi. The zappi, currently it's got 3.103. I think what you do is, all you have to do to check is go down, look at the information, and you'll see there firmware version 3.103. The most up-to-date version is version 142. So what we need to do is update it. Quite easy to do, literally go down, select other settings, select advanced, the password is 0000, and then you can select that, go down to system, go to download firmware, and the Myenergi loader will start up, and away it goes. Now this does take a long time, so when we get it fully downloaded, we'll carry on. Okay, now we have the Myenergi zappi updated. The next thing is to pair everything up. Now, some people say you have your Eddi as a master, some people say you have a zappi as a master. To be honest with you, don't really matter. It's your choice. Either one works and they pair really easily. Now, the best way I've found to do it is I'm going to make the Myenergi Eddi my master. So we'll start with this one. So we'll go down to settings, then we'll go down to advanced, and the standard passcode is 4 zeros. So we now go down up to system, we go to link devices. This is where we need to set this as the master. So you go to set master, press tick, tick to confirm. You'll now see that there's a tick at the side that says set master. Next thing is you go to channel. Now I always use RF channel 1, so it does seem to work. Now if you do a reset on these Eddi units, for some reason the default time zone will go back to Australia. If it does that, it will not connect. It uses a different frequency and they will not talk to each other. You have to make sure you go to UK, change your time zone to UK. But that side, the RF channel, if you go to 1, that's fine. Then simply get it ready on pairing mode. Now on this, press your pizza box, go down to other settings, go down to advanced. You've got your 4 zeros again. Now go down to link devices, go into pairing mode. Well, first of all, set your channel, make sure your channel is on channel 1. So now go to pairing mode. It will now say searching for a master, so it's now searching for this. On pairing mode here, press that, it'll search for slaves, straight away zappi. Press tick. It will take a little time to update the device, but as you say, you get I think it's a 15-second countdown, and then you'll see that the zappi at the moment's got a question mark at the side of it. 2, 1, and there you go. Now the zappi is connected. Now with this system, I'm also added a Harvi. Now a Harvi is a little box like this. The only thing I'm doing with this one is I'm cheating slightly. This is its Harvi, but the system that I'm doing is exactly the same as the system I have at home, which is I have 2 solar arrays. One has a battery generator attached to it, the other one doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and plug that Harvi into where my Harvi is, and I shall connect to my Harvi so as I can test everything. Well, I want with my Harvi, it will actually be this one, but it's on my system, so that's upstairs. So I shall go and press the pairing mode on that, which is once it's on, this little unit is self-powered from the CT clamp that's on. So all you literally have to do is press pair, and that little light there will go from green to red, and come back down to your Eddi, and we'll pair with it. So I'll go and press the button. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've gone and pressed the pairing mode upstairs on the Harvi. It's time we need to go to pair. We're going to leave it on channel 1. So we're going to go to pairing mode again. It will search for a slave. Now it's found the Harvi. So press tick again. It's going to do a 15-second countdown. Once it's done, the question mark will disappear, and that's it. There we go. That's the Harvi connected. The next thing to do is to connect the hub. Now, the best thing to do is, all you need to do is press on there, pair. It says Harvi, but it's actually channel 1 is what we're interested in. Channel 1 is blue, channel 2 is blue, channel 3, so on, up to 4, and then you go on to channel 5, it will flash red. It's now searching. So what we need to do on here is pairing mode, searching for slaves. And there we have the hub. So we'll just select the hub again. Wait for it to update. And there we go. Now once you've registered your device, there we go, we should see on here that I've now got zappi, we've got the Eddi, obviously there's a grid and there's the house. For it to monitor everything, it obviously needs to add different devices to your CT clamps. On this system there's going to be a CT clamp via the and they're all going to run via the Harvi on the system that we've got. So we'll have the grid, we'll also have generation, and we'll have a generation and battery. So you'll see these appear on the phone as we go along. Now, one thing you do need to do is actually, when you go to your devices, just check everything's there. Now on here you can see that the Eddi has got an X, and it's also got an M for master. The zappi has got a little sine wave, which means that is monitoring the grid, and an X. Now there's only one grid connection allowed, so the actual grid connection I'm using on this system is going to be via the Harvi. And we need to go onto here to change the CT, as this isn't going to have any CTs on it. So as you can see, it says internal load, CT1 is set to grid. We need to set that to none, all the way up, none. There we go. So go back. We will now see zero sine wave. There we go. The hub has been updating itself while I've been going along. As you can now see, I've got all green lights, and the Eddi's got a blue, which is okay as well. Green or blue is okay. What we need to do now is set the Harvi. So settings, advanced, all the zeros. Now what I need to do is look at link devices and go into devices, and I need to page down and select the Harvi. Now I need to set the CTs up on this. As I say, there's 3 CTs, and hopefully you'll see it change as I put the CTs in on the phone app as I go along. Pretty quick. So what you do is on CT1, my CT1 here is going to be monitoring the grid. So at the moment they're all set to none. So that is grid. Press tick. There we go. You can start seeing, obviously my solar's generating. On CT2, I'm going to go into it's just a 3.6 kilowatt array. That's a standard array. So that is going to be generation only. Page down, generation only. You will see, hopefully, it appear on the app. There we go, straight away, and you can see it's not that sunny today up in Orkney today. It is the 1st of December, but it is generating nearly half a kilowatt. At the moment that's generating and going out to grid. Now the CT3 is going to be generation. Now you can set it to generation and it will just keep the one icon there, but just to show you, generation and battery, there we go. Just wait for it. You'll see another icon, and you can see now that what I'm using is I think it's 6 kilowatt of solar panels on there. It's got a hybrid inverter, and I think the wife's gone and stuck the washing machine on, or the cooker, and you can see it's 4.8 kilowatt coming off of the either the solar or the batteries. You can see that the unit there is changing. I'm dragging a tiny little bit from the grid, but other than that it's all coming off of green energy, the whole house. Just to see what's going on here, it's taking 0.4 from the grid. There we go. All these pretty much matching up the same, and it's showing everything on there. So there we go. Hope that's interesting. I shall do some more YouTube videos on how to fit the zappi. I'll be fitting that shortly. I'll be fitting the Eddi, and everything hopefully will go straightforward on site. Thanks for watching. See you next time.